season begins right now off the foot of Carl Meyer, and the new returner for the Saskatchewan Roughriders is James Letcher, the ex-Alouette, whose team lost in the Grey Cup to the Roughriders. We talk about that slogan, "It's our time," started by Trevor Harris before the West Final. Well, for Trevor Harris, Father Time still hasn't caught up to him as he gets set to go. And a milestone birthday.
Yeah, 40 years old, and he told us this week when we asked him about how did he consider retiring in the offseason or looking at this to be the end, and he said, why would I do that? I'm starting to get all the answers. As you get older, you get more answers. He said, there's no way I'm hanging them up yet.
Well, he was third in passing last year for 4,500 yards and throwing right away. First down, first play from scrimmage. It's complete to Keon Schaefer-Baker for a 10-yard gain and a first down, Riders.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups. And when you're at this point of the season, this is the first game for both these teams, even though we're in week 2. Your centers on the offensive line have to coordinate things up front in a big way. Logan Furlan will do that for Saskatchewan. Leading receiver in this group last year was Keyshawn Johnson. He is back. Watch out for Sam Emlis. As Milt Stiegel said, he is poised to have another 1,000-yard season.
Look at Mark Mueller there, the offensive coordinator, calling the plays for Harris and the Riders. Schaefer-Baker had only 5 games last year. An injury kept him out through much of the season. Has his first catch just across midfield. Throwing again, Harris off to the right. Coming back, catching that one is Keyshawn Johnson, the leading receiver for the Riders last year, who got hurt late in the season and was not able to play in the playoffs.
Yeah, he just won a wrestling match out there with C.J. Colton, new corner for the BC Lions. Pretty good coverage. They just wrestled to win that one, and Keyshawn Johnson won nothing.
Well, they were missing him, as mentioned, late in the season, and as a look at C.J. Colton coming over from the Ottawa REDBLACKS, but the depth of that receiving core for Saskatchewan really paid off, even without Keyshawn Johnson when it mattered most. Here's Tommy Stevens, short yardage quarterback, back again for the Riders. And he needed a couple of yards. It doesn't look like he got it. He pushed his way to about the 45, but it looks like a 3rd and short coming up.
Take a look at the BC Lions starting defense. Matthew Betts back at that defensive end spot. 44 career sacks. Again, led the league last year with 15. One huge acquisition in the offseason, Darnell Sankey. Montreal Alouette fans will know all about Sankey. He's now in the middle of that BC defense. Jackson Finley will start at free safety, and they're going to put a rookie on the corner and Tyson Russell out of Vanderbilt. Take a look and see if Trevor Harris tries to go after that matchup. Tommy
Stevens again. He needs a full yard to get it to the BC 44. Left side, goes around the edge and pushes his way through. Big Tommy Stevens had an easy first down with Sankey tackling him, but the sticks will move again for the Riders.
Boy, they were head-to-head. They were just looking, staring at each other. Look at this look from behind Tommy Stevens. They're just eye-to-eye. He and Darnell Sankey in short yardage. I'll meet you outside, and he does, but not before Stevens gets that first down.
Had to get to the 44, got it down to the 42. Riders on the move right out of the gate. These are the last 2 teams to open up their 2026 season here at the end of week 2. From the BC 42, first running play that wasn't Tommy Stevens in short yardage, and that goes to A.J. Ouellette, their leading rusher last year, who had a touchdown in the Grey Cup and a 4-yard pickup.
Well, if you're a Saskatchewan Roughrider fan, you like the look of this offense in the quest to repeat as champions. Something that the Riders have not done in their history is to win back-to-back titles. And when you look at their offensive line, a veteran group across the board, including Jamarcus Hardrick out there at right tackle. I mentioned Logan Furlan, 2-time CFL All-Star. So Trevor Harris got to feel good about those guys up front blocking for him.
That right side, well, in the middle, Furlan, and then Jacob Bramer and Hardrick, all CFL in 2025. Throwing again, caught again, Schaefer-Baker again, and another first down. Saskatchewan gets it inside the BC 30, 25.
No, Keon Schaefer-Baker and Sam Emlis, 2 of their star receivers in this core, missed a lot of the season due to injury. But they got them both back when they needed them most in that playoff run.
Down to the 24, and the second catch by Schaefer-Baker. Another pass coming. This is a deeper look towards the end zone. And well covered is Keyshawn Johnson. TJ Lee coming across to help out Colden. Incomplete, second down.
Yeah, Colden was in underneath coverage. TJ Lee over the top. The veteran of 12 years for the BC Lions. Brought back last year when all of a sudden the team thought, you know what, we need that guy.
And what a difference.
Yeah, he made a big difference.
They won out. And he helped out with that. They won 5 straight to end the season after he came back, 6 in a row to end it. And didn't lose again until that West final right here. 8th play of the drive coming up in a 2nd and 10. Harris to the right, and is caught down near the 10, just outside of it. And another first down, and that's a new receiver added to the Saskatchewan arsenal, and Jalen Johnson, a gain of 13 yards.
Yeah, out of East Carolina. But Corey Mace really likes this receiver. Feels like he will fill in for Dante Myers nicely, who's down in the National Football League. But he had a couple of options there. One was that short curl. That's what drew TJ Lee up. It was a little hitch curl there. TJ Lee jumped him and left Johnson open on the boundary.
Jalen Johnson from Duluth, Georgia. 5.5-minute drive to open things up. This is the first possession of this game. The first game for the Lions and the Riders, and Harris throwing again. End zone! Touchdown! Touchdown, Saskatchewan. Samuel Alouettes, the most outstanding Canadian in the Grey Cup last November. And the green and white picking up from where they left off.
Sam Alouettes injured and didn't return until October. He's running the seam route in that trips to the wide side of the field and gets in behind coverage, but didn't get back in the lineup till late in October. And then you mentioned the run, instrumental, led the all quarterbacks in rushing.
And here we go, faking to James Butler, throwing it off to the right, and that is caught. That short pass, and it is Stanley Berryhill on the receiving end.
Starters for the BC Lions on offense. Michael Couture is that center who's got to get everything coordinated up front, but on one side a real veteran look, on the other side he's got to make sure that Brandon Yates, in just his second year, is on the right page. And there's the leading receiver in the Canadian Football League, Keon Hatcher, back with the BC Lions. Almost 1,800 yards last year.
Impressive totals. The Lions with their new uniforms, Pacific Frost, new road unis.
You like those?
Yeah, trying to cool off the Saskatchewan Roughriders maybe with those uniforms now. Let's take a closer look now on that first down carry by Butler, Saskatchewan's defense.
Yeah, the Riders up front lost a couple of key players in Malik Carney and Micah Johnson. More on that as the game goes on, but they did pick up James Fodders, from former with the Calgary Stampeders, and there is the new acquisition, former BC Lion with Josh Woods in the linebacking core. He replaces A.J. Allen, who's in Ottawa, and then Tavon Campbell led the team in interceptions.
Interesting for Josh Woods. He played for the Lions the last time these teams met in the West Final, at 6 tackles in that one last November. Now wearing green and white. Running again is Butler, left side. Coming in, Tavon Campbell, and then a pack. Take him down, and not much there. Down around the 40 for Butler. Just a couple of yards for BC.
Antoine Brooks in on that tackle. Yeah, you know, I think a lot of concern with the Rider fans here about this defensive line. They lost Micah Johnson in the middle of it. Malik Carney, who is now with the Edmonton Elks, and that's 16 sacks from last year. They were the two leaders on this defensive line. Saskatchewan's wondering where are they going to get those 16 sacks from.
Well, we just saw him on the inside. Now wearing 99 is Caleb Sanders, a great rotational defensive lineman for them, and they're throwing now. BC is in a completion too, and that is Justin McInnes, third in the CFL in receiving yards last year after leading the way in 2024, 15 yards.
Yeah, nice read. Got 4 receivers to the outside. One of them's going to sit in the hole with the zone look, and that's Justin McInnes. Real smart. Sometimes you just don't run full speed. You find that spot and sit down.
Rourke throwing deep this time. Down the right. The coverage is there. Nearly intercepted. Nearly picked by Saskatchewan. Marcus Sales back there with Roland Milligan, falling incomplete in a second down.
So changes for the Riders in their D-line. Some changes in the linebacking core, Josh Woods being the change there. And then in the secondary, though, they should be solid. I mean, we were talking Roland Milligan, Nelson Lacombo at free safety, Marcus Sales, who is in his 8th year in the Canadian Football League and in great position on this play, and DeMarcus Fields and Tavon Campbell. That's a good group back there.
Lots of experience back in that secondary. Be sure. 2nd and 10 now. Underneath, it's caught. Not enough for a first down. And good work defensively. Antoine Brooks, the nickel linebacker, in there on McInnes, helping out with DeMarcus Fields, and his 3rd down coming up.
Take a look and see what Buck Pierce has decided to do. I think it's a punt team.
Looks like
sending out. It's a little too far. Trying to gauge this wind. It was supposed to be gusty at about 28 kilometers an hour through here, and it can get swirling. So a little bit out of the range of Sean White.
Veteran White, highest percentage last year. Longest had been 49, so they do punt. And Letcher looked like at first he wanted to let it roll in the end zone. A beautiful punt by Carl Meyer to get it roll out at the 2. We've seen this already a couple times this season where returners let it roll into the end zone. And
with it, that gets him out of the hole.
Big time. Gain of 20. Up to the 21 is Saskatchewan now in a first down. A.J. Ouellette, his 2nd carry. Feels his way through. He had 4 the first time around. He has more than that this time in that first down play to get it up across the 25.
Maybe most importantly, they're such good friends, A.J. Ouellette, Trevor Harris, and A.J. Ouellette, not just because of that. It's the job of the tailback, but he carries the ball here, but his #1 priority is protecting his buddy and making sure there's no free hitters that get home on Trevor Harris.
A couple of Ohio kids.
Oh, yeah. I think roomed together all last year.
So give him 5 up near the 26 now. 2nd down, throwing again, Keyshawn Johnson. I mentioned the top receiver for Saskatchewan in 2025 and has a first down again for the Riders.
I thought it was a great conversation we had with Trevor about his age, you know, and basically he's feeling like it's his best season last year, and now he's coming out of training camp feeling better than he's ever felt. And Corey Mace telling us that he looked as good as he's ever seen him. And he goes, why would I hang him up now when I'm getting all the answers? I'm figuring it out. You can see on this drive alone how quickly he's making these decisions.
I think a lot of people were thinking the same way the way he played, especially down the stretch. Going to work again. It's Ouellette. Left side and more. A.J. Ouellette. And he puts his shoulder down against Tyson Russell, the new corner there for BC, and post to another first down. It'll be 2nd and short coming up.
Yeah, big boys up front opening up that hole to the left of the formation. And this is a play designed to let A.J. Ouellette just pick his hole. Really, if he wants to take it wide, he can.
And it's Ouellette who takes the snap and tries to get it in short yardage, not Tommy Stevens. Looking to finish off that first down. He didn't need much. See where they spot the football. Had a great year with the Argos, over 1,000 yards. Even better year last year with Saskatchewan, 12-22.
Yep, that was his best years as a pro, and 2nd to Dedrick Mills for the rushing title.
And it is the Ouellette first down carry there after he got them close and takes it on the 3rd down snap with Harris back in. 7-0 lead. Moving along, they started near their end zone. Ouellette running again left side and works his way through to get it up across the Saskatchewan 50.
So you got to believe that Mike Benavides, the defensive coordinator for the Lions, is now trying to look deep into that defensive playbook and go, okay, like they're running the ball, getting it 2nd and medium or 2nd and short. When Trevor Harris is back there in the pocket, he's got lots of time. Does that mean we need to send more pressure from the linebackers or maybe even the secondary? But if you do that, you're leaving your DBs in one-on-ones against Keyshawn Johnson, Sam Emilus, Schaefer Baker.
They cross the 50. Here we go. Little pump fake, trying to freeze them. And it's caught for a first down by Schaefer Baker. Wow, they made something happen there when the Lions were pressing. And the fourth catch of this game already for Kean Schaefer Baker.
That's what Mike Benavides just did. He said, you know what, we got to send some pressure, see if we can at least make Trevor Harris a little uncomfortable, and that's what they do. Harris has to wait a second or else he may have got picked off there. It looked like the Lion defender tried to cut underneath that, but a great concentration by Schaefer Baker. It was a difficult catch.
Sure
made it
was.
look easy, yeah.
That was C.J. Colden, the one in coverage. And just over him, and Schaefer Baker gets it. They get it down to the BC 51. They started at their 1 yard line. Second possession, 7-0 lead. Back to Ouellette, and nothing doing there. Jackson Finley among those in the Lions who get a hold of him and limit the damage there to maybe a yard or a little bit less. Second and long coming up.
So I asked Trevor about his drive in the Western Final. 64 seconds to go from his own 20. And what Mike Benavides at the time did defensively, and he said he sort of mixed it up. They played a little bit of a almost prevent drop. We hit him in the seams there, and then when he tried to bring guys closer to the line of scrimmage, closer to the box, we went underneath to A.J. Ouellette. So there is an answer to whatever they want to try to do. It's whether or not you can find it quick enough.
Last play of the quarter, a very eventful one for these Saskatchewan Roughriders. More pressure coming, he gets it away! Caught again. These Rider receivers too, especially 89. Kean Schaefer Baker's having himself a game so far. With Ronald Kidd Jr. right there with them. Harris has to get it away with the blitz coming, and they pick up another big first down heading into the second quarter.
Pressure again, and this time Schaefer Baker's on a corner route, and the reason he's on the corner route because when you send pressure like that, the DBs have to play inside hard position. Schaefer Baker takes it